Tanam, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, who's this? Oh, listen, there are people here. So, who's here?
Yeah, sorry, this is Gooder Simran.
Hi, Gooder Simran, how are you?
I'm finally getting over this bug, so that's good.
Oh, man, you've had that forever.
2 weeks so far.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to be out there in another few weeks. That's California, folks.
Yay.
See you then.
Yeah,
okay,
great.
Who else is here?
Suzanne.
Oh, Suzanne. Hi, dear. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to you.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Yeah. And, there she is. Ranbir Singh. Kaur. Excuse me.
Whoops.
Okay.
Name change, not sex change.
Okay, how do you say that? Ranbir Kaur?
Ranbir Kaur.
Ranbir Kaur.
Okay, good.
That's her. Okay, good. Okay, who else is here?
Margot now.
Margot?
Yes, in Los Angeles. Hi, Satnam, everyone.
Hi, welcome, dear.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. And who else was that?
Tony.
Tony?
Yes, I'm a Suzanne's friend.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And who else is here?
Sadanam.
Sadanam and Hadi Munder. Welcome. And we just had the Yogi Mela in Sadanam. Sadanam, you want to talk a little bit about your experience? She live streamed it, and this was her experience. Go ahead. Do you want to talk about it or not? If you don't, that's okay.
About the appearance of Nanak?
Yeah.
Yes. They were having a fire ceremony outside, and they had somebody on live chat relaying the whole process and everything, and it was really beautiful to follow along and everything. And then this image appeared on the carpet, like a light image. So I got up and I looked and I go, what is that? And I moved the blinds and I go, oh, it's just the light, But then I went back and I'm going, what is that? And there was the shape of this long light shadow, and with Guru Nanak's face and his beard. And then I took pictures, and then these light orbs began to appear, beautiful colored light orbs, and I took pictures of that, and then this purple laser beam light went straight down his body, and I could only see that through the camera, and I couldn't take a picture of that, but then I finally kind of got some kind of picture of the laser beam. But anyway, it was a beautiful experience. It was one of those where I was going, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then I go, oh, okay, this is happening. And I'm going, oh my gosh, what is happening? It was like otherworldly, and then it was like, oh, this is pretty natural, and it wasn't going away. It stayed for a very long time. In fact, I had to put a flower by his head so I wouldn't step on him, because it was in the path of where I was walking towards the computer. So it was very beautiful.
That's so fabulous. We loved it, and we shared it with the group.
And this is the funny thing. I had no concept of who Guru Nanak was. I know, I've been in Kundalini Yoga, and I know who he is, and just the basics. And I've never felt an attachment to him or anything like that. And here he's been as soon as the course started, he started appearing. So.
Oh my gosh, isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
I'm so glad for you, and I'm so grateful that you shared it.
Thank you.
And in that Yogi Mela, Amandeep, what I finally realized is I had never thought of Guru Nanak as a yogi. But basically, that's what Amandeep taught all weekend. Guru Nanak is a yogi.
Yeah.
So I thought that was fascinating.
And I attribute to this whole experience, because I had that experience last year, to the space he is able to create. And for him to create that space, for me and for others to have that through the computer, I mean, that is a very powerful presence from where he's teaching from and from where he stands in the world.
Exactly. And like I said at the Yogi Mela, those who know Amandeep. So it's coming from just like those who knew Yogi Bhajan. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. When you see a master, you know, something is there, and
that's
some
right.
people don't.
We can't advertise him as that, but we know him as that. Well, thank you so much, dear.
Yes.
We just had a wonderful weekend. Wonderful. And they're recordings. If anybody wants to get the recordings, let me know. Okay, so who else is here?
Tomas and Rahmane.
Hi.
Hi.
Rahmane?
Yes.
You don't sound like yourself today.
Well, I've got a head cold.
Oh, that's
feel
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bless you, dear. I hope you get over that soon.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, and who else is here?
Carol from Juneau.
Okay, there are two people. I think I heard Carol from Juneau. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Good. Welcome. And who is the other person?
Ranjit.
Oh, Ranjit. Welcome, dear. Welcome.
Thank you.
And who is the other person?
Mahanjiwan Khan.
Oh, hi, dear. How are you? Did you enjoy Yogi's Mela?
Yeah, thank you. It was wonderful.
Oh, good. Another live streamer. So we had people from all over the world, you know, Portugal and Holland, and, well, I guess it was mostly the European countries who joined in. Of course, the U.S. and Canada, too. So I'm glad you saw it. And who else is here? Okay. Was there somebody who's just ready to speak? Okay. Well, then let's get going then. Okay, so please begin. Long, deep breathing. I beg your pardon?
I said I apologize in advance. As soon as we're done tuning in, I'll mute because I've got two little puppies. So you might hear them barking.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're joining in. Okay. So please sit straight. Long, deep breath. That's it. Long, deep breath. And focusing at the third eye point, moving in with soul at your third eye point. And inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Atkare Namah, Chikakare Namah, Sakare Namah, Siri Gurudeve Namah. Akare Namah, Chikakare Namah, Sakare Namah, Siri Gurudeve Namah. Akare Namah, Chikakare Namah, Sakare Nama, Siri Gurudeva Nama. Long deep breathing. That's it. Long, deep breathing. And now begin heart breath, please. That is long, deep breathing through your nose, from the belly. And on the exhale, feel as though the air is coming out of your heart center. And that is actually healing energy. That's it. Keep up. Okay, now please send this beautiful healing energy to everybody who is in this live group, as well as to anybody who will ever listen to this. Good, good. Do you feel that energy, that combined energy? I always feel it as a large, expanding light, like liquid light. Maybe you feel it a little differently. Keep up the long, deep breathing. And now please send this beautiful combined light. Please send it to your own intention. That's it. And now please send this beautiful healing energy to the leaders of this country, and also to the voters, that they vote in leaders who will help the people rather than helping themselves. Good. Keep up. Good. And now please send this beautiful heart breath to the Middle East. There are talks going on now in the Middle East. Please send your heart breath. And please send your heart breath to them every day in your sadhana. Again, also to the people of the Middle East, so they will be accepting of change to peace. That's it. Good. Now please inhale and exhale. And breathe. Oh my goodness. There's so many of them here. Since we have visited so tremendously with Guru Nanak, did you know that Guru Nanak is Baba Siri Chand's dad? That's who. So they're here. It's like they're at a birthday party. It's like this is a big celebration. And of course, everybody who's here, you know, we're all being included in this wonderful, how can I say, powerful healer, etheric, truth tellers. We're all having a party together. This is wonderful. But Baba Siri Chand also says, he says we're not going to hesitate to wring your necks, okay? And what that means is that is continuing to give up our feeling of necessity, our natural feeling of habit to stay in our head that keeps us away from being with them entirely all the time, being with them, being with soul, being with our own true self. That's what he means. It's the same thing as giving your head. And giving your head is not a nasty, awful thing. It is the most delicious, wonderful, and powerful opening to our true, our real, our happy self. Okay, so keep up. How amazing. They're all bowing. They're all bowing to this one eternal, unmistakable truth. The truth that flows through all of us. And now they're taking stock. How can I undo that button? How can I release that point in each of us so that we may continue to drop that which keeps us separate? And that which keeps us separate is in our habitual thinking patterns, our mental patterns, not only in ourselves, but what we take for granted in our culture. From our parents, from our siblings, from our co-workers, just anywhere. He says we have not yet reached the time of total truth, which we are moving towards. So when you get wrapped up into what everybody else thinks, and oh my God, I should judge myself, my actions, my knowledge, I should judge it by what is around me. He says, who here has the courage? Who here has the courage to drop those old cultural habits, those cultural voices that keep you separated from who you are? Who you are. You know who you are. You are your soul. You are the presence of you, of the infinite in this everyday body. He says, but if you cling to that and you don't open up to the magnificence of who you are, that is your soul, your truth. He says there is no chance for peace, there is no chance for rest. Do you understand? Because you always have to strive to be someone else who knows, who lives in grief, sadness, worry, upset, judgment. He says if you really like it there, that's for you to decide. He says this is basically what the ancients were talking about when they talked about hell. He says if you love it there, then please stay. Now, he's not being ornery. He's just saying that we all have our own time schedule, okay? And that it's perfectly acceptable if you stay in that time schedule until you get so overloaded, so overheated, so worried and separated that you just can't take it anymore. He says that is an option. He says this girl right here, the one who's speaking, he said she did that. She did that. And he wants me to report. Okay, my report is that when you finally give all that up and you say, I am only living the life that my soul is giving me, things work out so much better. Then the truth can arrive. Then the connections can be made. Then the flow of your destiny can occur. Then the people you need to meet up with, then the actions, the acceptance, he says, then that can happen if you let it. If you find that once you have given your head that things sometimes don't work out smoothly and you get mad and you go back into the other way, he says, oh, well, he says, which one is your master? Which one is your master? He says, if you give your head and then you wind up with challenges, people who don't accept, people try to talk you back into the old ways, and you say, oh, well, this is not working. He says, then you keep yourself muddled in the quicksand. Muddled in the quicksand. Okay, so just breathe with that a minute. Just feel it out. Feel it out and see if you can recognize it. Okay. So he says that, so then when those challenges come, you go, oh, yet another opportunity for me to get my head and to choose. Where am I going to go? Am I going to go to the action of soul? Am I going to go to the action, the reaction, get caught into being loved and not loved that doesn't ever really last? Where's your choice? Where's your choice? He says there may be a big episode of giving your head and saying, I will do it. He says, but there are many minor episodes as well. He says, stay on the alert for them. Stay on the alert. Because as you meet each one, as you give up those connections that take you down, that take you back into worry, they take you back into the place of, he calls it self-domination, but he's talking about the everyday self. Domination. Do you understand? That is what Yogi Bhajan called trances, the old ways of seeing, the old ways of being hooked in to what you think will bring you life and joy, but it will actually crumble and continue to tighten the rope around your neck. He says it's your choice. There is no judgment. There is no judgment. This is the road of karma, and it was made up this way, so we're participating. But it's up to you. It's totally up to you, and there's no judgment if you feel that you need to stay with the old, he calls it the old tricks. It's fine. He says, but when you are ready, he says it's time to trip over the River Jordan, he says, to move into the land of freedom, the place of your true home. Do you understand? The place of your true home. He says, please do your heart breath now. That's it, doing your heart breath. That's it, keep up. Allowing yourself to be ferried across the River Jordan to the place of pure soul. The place of pure soul. You just have to drop it with no expectations. You just have to drop all of the other clutter that we carry around. It sort of reminds me, ideas of a tinker. What was called a tinker? In the olden days, he would take his wares, he would make pots and pans and scissors and knives, and he would put them all on a cart, hand cart, horse cart, and take them around. And those pots and pans and everything, they would clank. They would clank and clutter. Okay? He says, are you ready to move out of that and into the land of light? He calls it a light sled. A light sled. Are you willing to move on to that? Move on to that. It is so totally free and clear. It runs on the absolute energy source. Is quiet. Is flowing. It knows where to go. It is the vehicle of the present, the absolute present, that brings us to our true future. All you have to do is just climb aboard. And he says when you go to the Golden Temple, you literally do that. That is what that energy is about. Keep up the breath. Be on your vehicle, in your vehicle, moving to the land of rest, moving to the land beyond hope, so you have no expectations. No expectations. Understand your presence when you are in this vehicle of soul, this vehicle of light. That is where the glorious dance comes about. That is where the opening to the whole goodness that you crave, the whole greatness that you enjoy. It is the true you. Haven't you longed for the true you? Haven't you longed for the light projection of you that transcends all? He says, so you have longed for it. You have known it in your heart. So why would you remain a slave to the old ways? Why would you? Because people threaten to cut you off, because people threaten to go against you, because you might seem a little different, a little weird. He says, my dears, everyone on this call and who listens to this call are leaders, leaders of light. You are leaders of light. So why not make that total, incomprehensible switch to flowing constantly, without cares, into the light, following the light, being the light that comes through you, and not worrying about the rest. How can you be a leader if you stay at the bottom of the pack? You can't. You become a leader when you become your own, you relax into becoming your own true, full light self and following that true light source that you so long for. It becomes you. You realize that you are serving that light force. Do you understand this? What a blessing. What a blessing you are. Relax, and what a blessing you are. Relax. You may allow yourself to drown in the river Jordan of light. Allow yourself to surrender entirely to that ecstasy, to that flow of love and goodness that is present in you at every moment when you do not fight it. Keep up the breath. Enjoy your presence. Let what needs to come to you, come to you. But remember, what needs to come to you is always present. It is always present if you take off your blinders and you just look around. If you perpetuate in the old habits that create your darkness, do you understand what I'm saying? He is saying that the old habits create the darkness. And if you find that that is your most luscious way of living, then God bless you. That's fine. He says, but don't complain about it. Don't complain about it. Don't complain about your worries and your misfortunes, because you are choosing that attitude no matter what happens. Do you understand? Breathe, please. He says, understand this. Bring it into your heart. Bring it into your mind, your consciousness, so that you understand it. If you would like to revel in darkness with your tears and the attachment to unkindness, fine. He says, we're not calling you stupid or anything. He says, maybe you have not reached the 10,000 tears point at which you can change over. It's fine. But if you are ready to take that step, to move into the light vehicle, this is your option. This is your option. You have free will. It is up to you. He says we don't work much in we don't work much in lightning bolts anymore. Lightning bolts of transformation. He says it is up to you. He says, why would you rail at what you call God? God is always there. The light is always present for you. Even in the midst of being humiliated and persecuted. Do you understand? You have the choice of where to put your consciousness. Where do you put your consciousness? Do you put it in the fear? Do you put it in the embarrassment? Do you put it into why me? Or do you put it into, the Christians say, my Lord and my Savior. What does it mean? That the Lord is going to shower gold upon you? Lord is going to sit you on the throne? He says, as long as you cling, as long as you cling to the dark, as long as you say, I want to be liberated from this terrible stuff, he says, okay, maybe you're on your way, but all you have to do is turn the switch to say, to know, to experience that you are in that presence, that you can choose to be in that presence of light. He says, right now, switch. Use your breathing and switch to be on that sled of light, to allow this pure presence to navigate your identity, to navigate your choices, to know who you are truly and ultimately. Do it now. Switch. Use your breath. Use your breath. That's it. Use your breath. Switch to the light of you. This is not outside of you. This is who you really are. This is your true identity that you have longed for. That you have longed for 8.4 million lifetimes. Keep up the breath. Experience who you are. And let the voice of this extraordinary consciousness talk to you. You just listen. Listen. What does your soul have to say to you? Or have to communicate to you? It could be a feeling. It could be visual. You could hear. So just receive now. Just receive. Good. And know it? Please write it down. Please write it down. Some paths talk about transmission from a master to a student. My dear ones, you have just received transmission from the master to you as the student. Do you understand? And as you live this way, you will find that the master and the student are the same. But it takes a habit of living from this source. Keep up the breath. And please write down this transmission, knowing that you can live in it at every second. Good. Keep up. Keep up. And now feel the fruits of that transmission, that understanding, that knowing, that light. Feel it all through you, all through your physical body, through your beautiful heart, and let it wash through your psyche. And let it wash through. This is your presence. This is your goodness. Keeping up. Keeping up. Good. This is who you are, my darlings. That's what he says. This is who you are, my darlings. Good. Such love is pouring through to each one. And inhale. And exhale. And being present. Being present. Okay. He says, now, my precious darling. He says, please, please, oh please, this is a time when you share your understanding, your experience. It is so valuable for you to share. And he says it is impeccable and precious for the rest of us to understand, to receive, to know. He says, in fact, we are one organism, and we need to connect. So, who can share? Who will be first to share?
Morning, this is Haridaskar in Juneau.
Hi, dear. Speak up. Speak up. We want to hear you.
Okay. I'm feeling very light after this. For me,
good.
The message was that I am enough, and that with patience, the path will reveal itself as earth and sky are seen through a morning fog. And that the path is always there, but it's time and experience and patience that allows it to become visual. So.
Wow, that's great. I would love for you to put that on our Facebook page, if you could.
Okay.
Are you on our Facebook page?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. We would love for you to share it. And can you tell us in your own words, what does that mean to you in your own life?
Well, I spend a lot of time, I have spent a lot of time kind of second-guessing what I'm doing. Is this the path? Is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I doing this right? You know, all that judgment. And this gives me a sense of ease that I don't need to spend the energy rushing things, and that the path is there, and as long as I'm mindful and do what I'm doing, the path will unfold.
Oh, how wonderful. It's not something where you have to break the door down. It's just relax, and it's there.
Yeah, which is, you know, in this time of increased pace and everything, it's reassuring to know that it's not my path to be at the front, you know, running in front of the bulls, so to speak.
Exactly. It is just your patience, your kindness, your bright light to be in the center of the bulls and let the bulls be, how can I say, just let them relax. Like those pictures of the peaceable kingdom. Yes?
Yes.
And that's how you become the leader. It's just by being you and relaxing and allowing that to affect all around you. You know, where they say the lion and the sheep lay down together, right? Is that true or not true?
Oh, I hope it's true.
Okay, now let's go beyond hope and just be it.
I think I'm being too literal. Yeah. Yeah, I think we all have aspects of lions and sheep within us. And making peace with both aspects that will allow us to be more patient and more compassionate with people who are in their lion phase or their sheep phase. You know, if we want to make it a kind of a new agey reference.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's Lion and the Lamb is how it's usually quoted.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you, dear. We totally appreciate it. Totally. And I have to tell you, excuse me, in this Yogi Mela, I can't say that there were people who were lions and who were, everybody was strong, and I'm talking especially about the people who put on this course. We have 15 people who do this together. Their hearts were so open, the truth was flowing, and we were listening to each other. It was such a pleasure. It was hard work, but it was such a pleasure to be in that beautiful experience. And so that's why we serve in that way, to get the experience. It's divine. But that seems to be the way of the New Age, as we relax and let it occur. Now, who else can share? Who else can share?
I can share. Mahanjiwan.
Oh, hi, dear. Yes, please.
So I wanted to share 3 images that came to my mind. I usually get images, not a lot of words. But 2 of them, they came to me some years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, but they keep coming back sometimes. I feel like I keep understanding their meaning. So one is a cave through which I start walking, and it's really dark inside, and I can hear lots of voices, and I get really scared, there's a lot of fear inside, and then I just keep on walking, and at the end I can see a small light, which as I continue walking, it becomes bigger and brighter and brighter. And as I keep walking, at the end I come to this paradise place with a huge fountain falling, and the sound of this fountain, and there are trees, and there's light. And that's paradise. That's one of the images.
And where is this paradise?
It's within, I guess.
Yes, accept it. Yes, it's true. It's there.
Yeah,
it's yours. It's you.
I can identify this cave with a lot of my thinking and head too, and that darkness, But as I walk through it, which requires courage and just trust and keep going, keeping up, I just get to this amazing place. And the other image I wanted to share is one that just came to me while we were doing a meditation. So this beam of strong light was around me and coming from above, and I could feel myself being a channel, and just my breath became powerful and coming out through my mouth for others. So I just gave my breath to others, and I could feel people coming, and just my breath became powerful and powerful, and I just started giving that breath. Yeah.
How wonderful, dear.
Yeah, it was a really
It's
beautiful...
the truth, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the truth.
It is. Yeah. So.
And maybe that light seemed to be coming from above because it was coming down through your 10th gate. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was very
wonderful.
Yeah, and I could feel like this feeling of, as I got like lighter and lighter and brighter, like this feeling of wanting to communicate it. Like that was almost like the same movement, just receiving and giving were like the same. It was, just a natural development of what was happening. And yeah, that was beautiful too.
Wonderful. Just being what we would call, a channel of flow, a part of the pipeline.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Pipeline for.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was what I wanted to share. Hello? Hi.
We're still here.
Okay. So.
Maybe Siri Gian fell off.
Yeah.
Did, yeah. There's a lot of problems with this conference.
Satnam, hello?
Satnam.
Here.
I'm so sorry. My phone went off. Oh, lordy. Right in the middle of that special moment was Mahanjiwan. I didn't desert you on purpose, dear.
I know.
And I just want to say that breath that's coming out, as you all know by now, we call that pavan, and it's the oxygen breath that we talk about, for the physical body, but it's also the prana. It's a combination of the physical breath and the prana, or the energy, the life force that's coming through you and reaching others. And then we all do that, and we connect in this extraordinary way.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally appreciate
Thank you.
totally appreciate that, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, that was all. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anybody else who would like to share? Anybody else? Suzanne, do you have a little something to say?
Dang it.
Hmm?
Yes, probably. It's not like very big. I felt, let's see, and I don't know if I was feeling it or filling in the blanks, so I'm not real sure. Peace and awareness, love and action, and continually being aware of living in everyday beauty. And then I had the idea of the answers, or that light that the lady was just talking about is right in front of us. And to be aware of looking for the signs of direction and listening for the clues and being sure to ask for help. I'm pretty good at that.
Good.
Yeah.
And when you say looking for help, where do you find that? Where do you ask? Where do you go?
I go to Baba Siri Chand, the Blessed Virgin Mary. Very easy for me.
Good. And you get answers from them?
Absolutely. I feel very comforted by that. That's an easy one. I go there, and when you do need to ask, it's very comforting to be able to go to a higher power and something beyond you
when you need it, you really want that access.
That's right.
I take advantage of that. I use it.
Fabulous. Good.
Yeah.
Well, what a life plan, huh?
That's what I got now.
You got everything. That's wonderful. What she's talking about is it is this amalgam of what we might call heaven and earth. She was talking about earthly beauty with the guidance from how can I say, the expansive realm, and just put them together, and oh my God, what a beautiful package you have.
I like to test it on everydayness. Test it is the wrong word. I like to use it in a in a casual ways, or as things come across an everyday path. And that doesn't mean pleasant things. It could be pleasant, recognizing really good ones, or like gifts that come and you know they're gifts, or things that aren't comfortable and you know immediately to do heart breath. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what to do, or it would feel very bad. So I think it's comforting.
Huh?
So I feel it is comforting for me to have those tools.
And it is for me, too.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm sure that our other people do, too. I shouldn't call them our other people. We are of one heart now, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I try.
I have a little practical evidence here of being in the light. We're talking about the lions and the lambs laying down together. So I'm on the bed, and I had the 2 cats and my Labrador, and then all the puppies just decided to climb up on the bed and lay down and go to sleep. Everybody's here together.
Isn't that sweet? Well, that's what often happens to animals when they get in this energy. They feel it.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody's happy. Nobody's bugging anybody, and everybody's got their space.
And that's what happens when you are in this presence, even with people.
So nice.
Same kind of thing happens.
Very nice.
What a blessing. Well, thank you all. What a delight to be with every one of you. Total delight. And all the animals, too. It's very fun. Okay. Well, God bless you all. And as you may know, I haven't gotten the the recording for last week up because it got swallowed up in the Yogi Mela. But now I hope to get today and last week up soon. So bless you all. Have a wonderful week. Staying in soul, taking that option if you choose it. And now, please sit straight, palms together, and we're going to sing to one another and receive from one another. So inhale. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all around you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Inhale. And bow to your own holiness, your own coziness, your infinity. It's precious. It is you. It is there. Satnam, everyone, and talk to you next week.
Satnam.
Satnam.
Thank you.